Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another Whovian Wednesday. Today we are diving into Season 7, which is the entrance of Jon Pertwee, the Third Doctor, and color television. I'm not anti-black and white TV, but after 6 seasons of around 30 episodes each, it's nice to be back in the land of the color. And this season has that feel of early color TV. I don't mean the look. I mean the writing and the logic. Like, Pertwee just escapes an ambulance in a wheelchair at one point. Like, it's that very cartoony live action of the late 60s, early 70s TV. Which it has its own feel. I enjoy Jon Pertwee. I think he's a fun doctor. I think after one season he's gonna sit behind Patrick Troughton right now. He'll be in second place in between Troughton and Hartnell. He's got more seasons, so he's got potential to move up. Also technically potential to move down. I don't see that happening, though. I really enjoy the Lethbridge Stewart and Liz combo as companions. I think they're on a similar level to Jamie and Zoe towards the end of the Patrick Troughton era. And having fun companions is really helpful in rating a doctor. I know that's not the most important thing. I think rating the doctor himself is important. But if you don't enjoy the companions, then it does make the episodes with the Doctor a little bit less fun. This one was less episodes by far. It was only 25 episodes, I believe, in this season, and I don't believe any were missing. So I think I got the entirety of the season, and it was at least 10 episodes shorter than normal, which is fine. I think pushing 40 episodes in a season, even at 25 minutes an episode, is a bit excessive. So I don't mind the shortened season here. I was intrigued that we don't get any of the classic villains in this season. We get no Cybermen and we get no Daleks. So we go a full Jon Pertwee season without seeing the big ones. Now we do see some that do return. I believe the Silurians make a return to modern Doctor Who. So there is that. It's not void of any familiar foes, as it were. It's just not the big name classic ones. I don't have much else to comment on the topic of Jon Pertwee at this point. I think he's a fun and clever doctor, but I also think that's the point of the Doctor. We get more of an insight into his Time Lordness, which is always fun. This is one of the things that I wanted to see going back in the old Doctor Who episodes, is when and how they revealed and discovered things about the Doctor that are essentially common knowledge in the modern show. Time Lord, Two Hearts, Sonic Screwdriver. I like seeing the earliest versions of these to see where they came from, what started them, their points of origin. That's why I'm doing this whole watch through of the early stuff, is to get a better appreciation of where the show came from. And frankly, there are good episodes. We dive into season 7. We start with a 4-episode arc, or serial, as I was reminded that they were called. Spearhead from space. Something meteor adjacent lands in England. The Doctor arrives on Earth with the TARDIS. Two Hearts show up on his X-ray. Is hospitalized after stumbling out of the TARDIS unconscious. Lethbridge Stewart still leading unit. The Doctor is not the face he was expecting. The Doctor is kidnapped but flees in a wheelchair. He is shot by a unit soldier approaching the TARDIS. Episode 2, he's back in the hospital. Unit recovers the TARDIS. The Doctor gets a new outfit and escapes. Unit attacked by plastic face thing transporting an energy ball. Doctor visits Unit HQ. There are robot mannequins. Episode 3, the Doctor gets the TARDIS key, but it can't take off. The Army General is replaced with a robot, as well as many in Madame Tussauds. Trossards? Madame... The Wax Museum. Episode 4, many government figures have robot duplicates heading to replace the real ones. The villain is called Nestines, and they plan to colonize Earth. The Doctor develops a weapon to destroy the robots and Nestine. Up next, we have a 7-episode serial, Doctor Who and the Silurians. Episode 1, the Doctor continues working with Unit and Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Scientist Elizabeth Shaw is his new companion. The Doctor goes into a cave where a researcher was killed and sees a Silurian, which is a lizard, almost raptor creature living in the caves below Earth. Episode 2, a human scientist is working with the Silurians. Episode 3, Liz is knocked out, but okay. The Doctor comes face to face with the Silurian. Episode 4, the Silurian runs from the Doctor after hearing a car drive by. Unit plans to attack the Silurians. The Doctor tries to warn and reason with them. They put the Doctor in a cell. Episode 5, the Doctor hopes for peace between humans and Silurians. Members of both species prefer war. Silurians infect humans with heavily contagious disease, and there is a Silurian mutiny overtaking their leader who wanted peace. The first human death to the disease occurs. Episode 6, massive disease and death spread across London. Jon Pertwee reveals his life has already been several thousand years old, which I wasn't expecting. I wonder. Let me know about the age thing in the comments. I don't know if it links well with the modern show. First death of the disease happens abroad in Paris, France. Doctor is close to creating an antidote, but is captured by Silurians. Episode 7, the Doctor left the formula behind. He then tricks Silurians into a 50-year hibernation, keeping humans safe enough. Unit blows up the hibernating Silurians without consulting the Doctor. The next serial is again 7 episodes, and is The Ambassadors of Death. Episode 1, Unit fights a military group with some Mars influence, potentially. The Doctor and Liz held at gunpoint by a prisoner from Unit battle. Episode 2, the prisoner flees when Lethbridge Stewart arrives. Space capsule stolen from Unit. Doctor steals it back, and there are multiple moles within the space team. Episode 3, the space console opened, but is empty. There are no astronauts. Inside, they incurred large amounts of radiation, and they were taken by the Space Security Department, part of the British military. Their base is attacked and astronauts are kidnapped. The beings in astronaut suits are not human. Episode 4, Liz is captured, she escapes, and is recaptured. Thrilling episode. Episode 5, Doctor takes the space capsule back into space to find 3 missing astronauts. A UFO approaches his position. Episode 6, the Doctor is abducted and he finds the astronauts. Liz sees the blue-faced aliens in the suits. The Doctor returns to Earth, let go after promising to find the alien ambassadors on Earth. The Doctor, gassed, unconscious, and kidnapped, is reunited with Liz. The dirty general points a gun at already imprisoned Doctor. Episode 7, the Doctor is spared so he can work for them. The Brigadier is arrested, but he breaks free, and Unit breaks out Doctor and Liz. They ally with the aliens to prevent a war. The dirty general and conspirators are arrested, and the aliens and astronauts are returned to their own people. I did really like that arc. I thought that one was a lot of fun. It had a lot of twists. There were some parts where I was getting faces confused of generic English white dudes, but that's on me. Our next arc is one that I wasn't a fan of. We end with Inferno, another 7-episode serial. And this one, until about episode 4, I think. No, until about episode 6. It was just kind of slow. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it any better than it didn't feel very well paced. Episode 1, there is a blue and hairy human. It is sabotaging a deep earth drill project. Episode 2, the blue creature is subdued and a second blue creature dies by a fall while attempting to attack the Doctor. There is at least a third. The Doctor gets Liz away to test TARDIS tech, and he disappears. Episode 3, the Doctor arrives elsewhere. Whether new time or location is unclear immediately, but he does have to evade capture. Blue humanoid here too, but he is able to subdue it with a fire extinguisher. Another blue creature shot to falling death. Liz is in charge in this universe, arresting the Doctor, and the Brigadier has lost an eye. Definitely a different timeline. Doctor what? So close to getting it right, but we are in a parallel universe, so maybe that's the name of the show there. Episode 4, there's kind of a stalemate between universes. They're both edging closer to disaster. Episode 5, the Doctor works towards a solution in the universe he is now in. Episode 6, with help, the Doctor gets power to the TARDIS, and this universe, his Earth, is about to die. Episode 7, the Doctor makes it back to his own universe, unconscious, escaping a lava flow, killing everyone else, basically. The Doctor tells Liz how to save the world, and she carries out the orders. The Doctor tries to leave Liz and the Brigadier, but only makes it a few seconds in the future and a few hundred meters away. It was a good season. I think it was a rough serial to end on, in my opinion. It was probably the least exciting of the 4 within this season. But it's a good start for Jon Pertwee, and he has a few more seasons to carry on and entertain. Let me know your thoughts on Jon Pertwee, especially his first season, the start of him, and the start of color television for Doctor Who in the comments down below. Thank you really so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.